really don't like that. I really don't like that.
Don't come to me if you're still damaged. And I know it's not about this. I listen to you and I take you seriously because I'm like, okay, you know what? This change is actually worth listening to.
Yeah.
2 weeks down the line, he's like, okay, so yeah, we're moving a little bit too fast. It's not you, it's me.
Oh my
It's not you, it's me. You know.
What are you not my type? I know you're your type, but what if you're not my type?
Exactly. They don't expect us to have our own opinions.
Yeah.
It's almost like if they want us, we must just completely just rather go with it. It's just so annoying.
He always says to me, and now I'm dating a bad bee, so I know guys will slide in their DMs and stuff like that. So like, you know, it's inevitable.
Hey guys, welcome to the R&T show. It's your girl Tina Trauma, and I'm your girl Rachel Pastor. Thank you guys for joining. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe. You know the further ado's. Sitting next to me, I've got 2 lovely ladies. Next to me is
Melissa
and
Kelsey.
yes. So today we want to just talk about boys.
Yeah.
And the question is, what makes a relationship successful?
You should be friends with the person before you date them.
Why do you say
Because you need to get to know the person before you date them, because I mean that avoids a lot of heartbreak and stuff like that. You date the person and then along the lines you find out this is not for you, then it's the whole awkwardness of breakups and all that
But
stuff.
then at what point though? Because a lot of times whenever a guy approaches us, right, his intentions is not to be your friend. His intention is to be with you in a relationship. So at what point exactly?
That is the thing of guys of today though. They approach you like with this intentions of I'm gonna get with this girl, or you know, I want something more than friends and stuff like that. And that's what I hate. Like I usually just, you know, push those guys aside because I'm like, you know what, you're obviously not a decent person.
Yes.
And a decent guy would want to be friends with you first, and get to know you on that on another level before they actually, you know.
And I feel like that also makes a girl very much more comfortable, because imagine someone approaching you, right? And then they come to you like, oh, hey, sexy.
So beautiful.
Oh, your name must be Angela. You know, like, your name must be Angel.
Oh, I think I know you from somewhere.
Are you not the girl? Oh,
yes.
When they come up with the speak up lines, you've heard already. It's been normal.
My thing is like, don't come at me like that if you don't know me like that.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel so uncomfortable.
Yes,
if you don't know
the
me.
guys, they think like it's nice. They think like we like that, which is not
Exactly.
actually attractive.
I mean,
It's not
okay,
attractive.
maybe some girls like that kind of attention, and I think also the mindset of guys that when they're successful with one woman, they think it's gonna work on every single woman that they meet.
You're right. And also with that day, you can't change. You don't approach someone that you don't know.
Yes.
You do look at the person for a while. You ask opinions from their friends and stuff. So you kind of have an idea of who you're approaching.
Yes.
So when you do approach the girl, you can't just come up with like, oh yeah, so this is it. Straight up, just say your intentions.
Yeah.
And then hear me out. When I say dude, let's just be friends.
Exactly.
Guys, you should get upset when your friends zone them. I'm just like,
Why don't you like that?
I literally say this all the time. Like, guys always think that they are, how can I say, that they deserve
Entitlement.
They feel so entitled
Yes,
to have a chance with
exactly.
every girl that they meet, and they think every girl that they meet they're gonna be successful with.
Yeah.
Like, what if I don't? What if I'm not into you? What if you're not my type? I know you're your type, but what if you're not my type?
Exactly. They don't expect us to have our own opinions.
Yeah.
It's almost like if they want us, we must just completely just rather go with it. It's just so annoying. What do you think is a way in which a guy can actually approach you then without even having to say, I want to be with you? How else do you guys expect a guy to approach you? Okay, can I go?
Yeah.
What I prefer, what I prefer, I don't like it when a guy moves to me because he wants me. I rather prefer like you. Let's say for instance we're at the library, for instance, or you just come to me and look for conversation rather than making it. Don't make it visible that don't make it in a way in which I can see your intentions. Like come in as in you're looking for something, or just don't make it obvious that you like me, because then it's a bit of a turn off. I really don't like that. I really don't like that.
For me, it's a thing of don't come to me if you're still damaged. And I know it's not about this, but personally, I don't move into a relationship if I know that I haven't healed from my past one.
Yeah,
The problem with this
that's mine. Do you really like heal? For me, I personally feel like there's no girl out there that is fully healed.
You
I
know-
would say he's healed, let's say 80%, but
Yes.
there's still that 20% in you.
Yes.
So,
But I'm not carrying that baggage from the
Yes,
previous. But the
yes.
thing with James is, if he breaks up with this girl, now he comes to me following and he's like, yeah, you know what, I'm ready, I want to move on, whatever, I like you. And I listen to you and I take you seriously because I'm like, okay, you know what, this change is actually worth listening to.
Yeah.
2 weeks down the line, he's like, okay, so yeah, we're moving a little bit too fast, it's not you, it's me. Then he
Oh
brings
my
up that it's not
gosh.
you, it's me.
I've been through this way. Like I broke up with an ex, and that was my longest relationship. Right, it was like 4 years.
Your child, that's marriage.
And then like I think it was quite some time along the lines where, and then this guy like slid in my DMs and we were chatting and all that. We met up. And like he was there for me, you know, shoulder to ground. Then he was like, okay, I actually wanna, you know, start dating you, but like let's get to know each other, let's go out and all that stuff. Okay, cool. You know, things was going all smooth and stuff, and then he messages me and he's like, yeah, I'm not ready for a relationship. So I'm like, why are you pursuing me
Yes.
if you don't
Yes.
want
Niggas
that?
need to be honest about what they want, honestly.
True. And the thing is, when I like somebody like a lot, then I get serious
Yes,
about him. And
yeah,
when I'm
me
serious
too.
about you, I am
Yes,
serious
yes,
about you. There's no going
yes,
back.
Yes.
But I swear, like once you lose me, lose me.
So guys must definitely like be sure when they approach you. They must come with, like you said,
Yeah.
they come with your baggage. Heal first before you
Yes.
move on to the next. What do you guys think on the topic of like shooting a shot, right? Do you guys feel like it's alright for a girl to shoot a shot in a relationship?
Yes.
Guys, I don't know.
Yes.
I'm so
Yeah.
very old fashioned when it comes to relationships. I'm that girl, man. I like you, but I'm act like I don't. You like you.
That's
Like
where
I'm that player.
You
hard
never
to
know
get.
that I have a crush on you.
But actually hitting me hard because now I'm realizing you guys don't have time for that.
Okay, for me, I think I have confidence now, and but I also have friends who they can have a crush on a guy for 6 months. So that's the big thing of friend, he was breathing, friend, he smiled. Just say something, like say something, and it becomes very awkward. I'm a very social person. I get along with guys, so most of the time the gent becomes friends with me, but then to my friend it seems as if my Melissa is trying to move in my territorial, which is never like that. So I always just think, you know the type of guy that you're into, and you also see the guy. If he is the approachable person, just go for it and be like, dude,
So what do you say, guys? Wanna go for coffee?
yeah, just be simple.
But you know what I feel? This is what I think. I feel like the person that asks the person out has a role to play. Like you sort of like lead the
Yes.
And I don't pay for the date. And guess what? I want to be the lazy. I want to be the one to I'm imagine. I ask him. I always gonna be thinking, oh my god, so now I'm a splendid date.
And imagine if he literally doesn't want you back, and then what?
Oh,
It hurts.
rejection.
It really hurts. Even for us to tell them no, but then when it's their turn to tell us, it's just like,
It's hard. But with relationships also, you should never get too comfortable. Both of you. Don't get comfortable with the idea of the other person leaving. So then you're always trying to be your best. Not for them, for yourself, so that you can show your best to them. Like, you're not changing yourself. You're not improving yourself for them. You're improving yourself for yourself.
Just in case.
But, you know, they must always just, if Melissa leaves, you know, they must have that. Yeah.
I feel like in a relationship, you should, or that person should be afraid of losing
Yes.
you. Because if they aren't, they're just gonna stop doing all the things that they should. And what I literally told my boyfriend from the beginning, before we even started dating, I said, this is what I want. I don't want you to stop doing all the little things that you're doing now to try and get me when we're in a relationship.
The boundaries.
Because if you're not going to be that person that I met,
Consistency. Yeah.
then I don't want it. Like,
basically,
I don't want you to be that person for 3 months, and then after 3 months, and you just like, you know, this.
True.
so the guy should love you more than you love him, basically.
think
I don't know. Like for me and him, I feel like it's equal. Like we both do our part in keeping the romance alive, you know. But I just feel like you always need to make an effort, and I mean, like, and it shouldn't feel like an effort if you really do love the person.
Yes.
So it doesn't. I will do the most with this guy. Like, if he sleeps over by me, and he has work the next day, I'll do all that wifey things, make his lunch, iron his clothes and stuff like that while he's sleeping and stuff like that. And it doesn't feel like I'm doing any work or anything like that, because I'm doing it out of love, because I want to, because I love his reaction when he sees the things that I do for him. Like, and I tend to spoil him so much. They say that like a lot of girls like expect to be spoiled and stuff like that, but then they don't think to themselves, you know what, if I want to get treated that way, I should also be treated that way. You know? So that's the mindset that I have. If I'm gonna do this for him, then for sure he's gonna feel like he also wants to do these things for me and reciprocate, you know. That's one thing, you need to reciprocate in a relationship as well.
Both ways.
It goes both ways.
Yeah, I'm so happy for you. You are really happy.
If your boyfriend or your partner is uncomfortable with your friend, what happens in that situation?
I feel like it depends on the relationship you have with your boyfriend. Sometimes the guy's not really doing, or he's not. You don't really take. It's not really a serious relationship, I guess. So I feel like it depends on the relationship you have. Because with her, if her man is to tell her that maybe she would, like, you know, cut ties with with friends, but depends on the relationship. I think. What do you guys think?
So I would say, like, I always ask him, would you do the same thing then? You need to put yourself in my shoes first before you actually make the decision, okay, I want this person out of your life, you know?
That's what you mean. Because it's always easier for you to judge your partner's friends. Because let's say
you don't even look at yourself.
Yes,
or
or
decide, would I
yeah.
do this thing?
But do you think it would be fair? It's been a long friendship, let's say from like childhood, etc. But there's something slight that he doesn't like about your friend. Do you maybe just create like sort of like boundaries, or maybe just tell your other friend, be like, okay, maybe just try and not meet up with your boyfriend when your friends are around, but not to end the relationships. I just don't think it's alright to end the relationship.
Yeah, if it's a true friend, if it's a true friend, obviously your friend would be like, show me I don't like this guy for you, but I will support you whether or not he stays or he goes. That's true friendship, not a choose between me and him. That's not how a friendship is supposed to be.
So your friend should actually respect your wishes if they are true friends.
And the boyfriend should also do the same. I'm not going to expose you to that person because I know you guys don't get along. But you guys need to be civil at least with each other. For my sake at least, if not for each other.
Because that's the thing for me. Like, I don't think, like I said, I don't think it's alright to cut. Because that person may be coming far with you now.
And then at the end of the day, you guys break up in a relationship, and now it's just gonna be like,
no, you don't always hope for that. So not hope for that. At some point,
I did have to deal with situations like that. Okay, it wasn't that bad, but okay, it's basically my boyfriend is a very friendly person. Like he's the opposite of me. He's the social butterfly, and I'm usually just the one that's there, you know, with the people that I know and all that stuff. And before me, obviously, he was with all his friends. He had all his friends and a lot of girlfriends, like friends that are girls. And he's just like very friendly. So like they just, when we started dating these girls, some of them they just didn't know like where the boundaries are. And there was an incident where this girl thought, you know what? I'm gonna now sit on this dude's lap.
whoa.
go for it. In your presence.
Go for it.
In your
Excuse
presence.
me.
Imagine.
Are you comfortable? No, but like I spoke to him about it and I said, you know what? I know it's your friend and stuff, and he doesn't think anything of it. So like I explained to him that it's not him that I'm worried about. I know that he's faithful. I know that like, you know, he's loyal and stuff like that, and doesn't have any other intentions with all his girlfriends. But it's those girls' intentions that I'm thinking about. And obviously I'm a woman, so I know how their minds work.
And you know, it's funny because we actually did a video on this topic. I don't think we've we've loaded on YouTube yet. We haven't uploaded it yet, but
Mm.
we spoke about such incidents where, for instance, you're out and about, it's at a social gathering or anything like that. How do you create boundaries in that space? You know how it is, because everybody's out there trying to shoot their shot. Everyone is looking for somebody. I mean, another February is about to come. 2021. Where are we? 2022. It's coming. Not all of us still want to be single, but she knew that you guys were together, right? She know.
Yes, she was able
Okay,
to
she
ask
knew.
me,
Oh,
oh,
she
can I
knew.
meet you?
Wow,
Oh.
she knew. And then she had the audacity to still sit on his lap still. Okay, the boundaries are there, but she
But
still
she
did
crossed
that.
the boundaries.
Like, he was just like, oh, this is my friend or
Yeah.
whatever. And I didn't know who she was, and I think that's why I felt
Some type of way.
some type of way, because
Yes,
I didn't know who she was.
Yes.
So I'm just checking, like, look.
I
at
think some people
this
just
girl.
test other people. I
Yeah,
don't think she
people
would have
test
also
you.
liked that if that was
Exactly,
her.
and you know,
Yeah.
that's why I didn't like pay any mind to it. I didn't approach them or anything like that. I just went around it, and I went to go chill with my friends, and I was like, you know what, I'll speak to him again about it.
How do you create boundaries? How do you like create boundaries when you're in a social gathering or you're out and about? Because if it's just the four of us. Yeah. I'm saying 3, 1, 2, 3. If let's say it's the 4 of us going out and about, like guys can approach us because they can easily see they might be single, they're just girls. But like, how do you create boundaries in a sense where like you're out and about and you don't want to cause a commotion because sometimes things can go out of hand. Like you could have chosen to either go crazy or let go.
Yeah.
But you didn't, right? Like how do you create prevent such things? Because sometimes other people don't know where the limits are when it comes to
So
behavior and stuff.
if it's like a random person, like a random girl approaching you or a random guy approaching me, like obviously then it's up to me to tell this person, listen, I have a boyfriend.
Yes,
leave me alone or whatever.
So
So do you expect the same? And for him to do the same thing as well.
You expect him
No,
to do
I
the
shouldn't
same
have to go to him and say, listen here, like, why are you speaking to this person? Because it's not your fault. We both know that we are gonna be approached. Like he says, he always says to me, and now I'm dating a bad bee, so I know guys will slide in their DMs and stuff like that. So like, you know, it's inevitable, and you can't stop that. It's gonna happen, and it's just a matter of trust and knowing that your partner is gonna do the right thing.
That's true.
I think the one thing that I struggle with, maybe that's why I'm still single, but
I'm with you.
I like
all 3 of us. Usually except her. Usually something she's doing right. Okay, we'll get into that. But
I like, honestly guys, I like clubbing. I don't drink, so I'm the guys, I'll keep your Uber money, but when that song comes, yes.
Yeah.
But I know that it's, if I was to have a boyfriend now, I can't go to a club and then sit. You say I'm going out with my girls, and then my favorite song comes on, and now I was just like, yo guys, I have a boyfriend. How do I know? Like,
The thing is, he shouldn't. How can I say? Limit you. You should still be able to do the same things in a relationship that you were doing outside of the relationship. Obviously not the the other guys.
because I'm so scared of changing myself to a point where I please you, but that's not gonna make me happy.
No, it shouldn't be like that. Like, in my relationship,
I think she's talking about the compromise part.
yes, yes.
Like that.
No, definitely compromising. You need to do that in a relationship. It's always you're always gonna need to like be in a situation where you have to compromise. It shouldn't be to the point where you have to like dull your sparkle, or like you have to dumb your personality because he doesn't like it when you having too much fun or stuff like that, man. But like I just like, how can I say, came into it where I was like, this is me. If you don't like the way that I am, then don't date me. Don't pursue a relationship with me. The same thing, it goes both ways basically. And if I can't be who I want to be when I'm with you, then why am I with you? Because the whole point is, you're allowed to be yourself, but you're also allowed to grow as a person, and they're gonna allow you to grow, and they're gonna help you grow into what you wanna be, not just hold you back like that.
So in that scenario, I think also where you're a little bit uncomfortable is the fact that, because you said you like to party,
Yeah.
you enjoy the attention, the whole atmosphere.
Yeah.
So you're thinking, cool, let's say we're out and about, and now I'm with my guy. How do I still have fun and not like attract attention so that it doesn't get him feeling uncomfortable? That's a nice one. That's a very nice one, because certain things you can't, like, also you can't blame the guys in the cup of tea. You know that you want the cup of tea, but you're enjoying yourself.
Yeah.
So then what?
It all comes back to trust.
So are you saying it's fine if she's in a club and she's dancing and other guys are dancing with her, and then your guy should be okay with that?
No, like if another guy, a random guy comes to dance to you and stuff like that, obviously you move away from that situation. Because I mean, like that, you can't stop it. It's gonna happen.
Yes, that's the thing. Yes.
And there's nothing that, unless you're gonna like wear a freaking sign like leave me alone.
Yeah, you can't prevent
Yes,
it. You can't, yes.
Guys,
So what do you think you do though in her situation though?
I'm also thinking,
I'm still
like,
trying to
and I
think.
understand, like, her thing is that she still wants to, let's say this guy is a bit conservative, but yet she loves the guy and she wants this to work. At what point can she compromise? Like, how far can she, like, at which level can you compromise? Because you don't want to lose yourself, like you say, you don't want to lose your sparkle.
So basically,
Like, how do you tune yourself to, you
I
know,
think
what she
in that
does?
case it's just not meant to be. Because I was in a similar situation, but I'm yo, look at me promoting myself.
By one,
Model.
two,
No, I like modeling, né? But swimsuits going to the but beach, pool vibes, yes, that's me. So I was in a situation where there was this guy he knew about it, and at the beginning was comfortable, but he started getting insecurities. And I told him, I'm like, the fact that I do that attracts attention naturally. And now everybody on campus knows it's inevitable. But if I'm gonna be with you, then you need to trust that I'm only focused on you. And so then he was like, yeah, it's cool, but when you go to your shoots, I'm coming with you. And I'm like, I'm not gonna be comfortable knowing that you're watching me. And then he said, but I'm not gonna be comfortable having a photographer watching you. And then I said, that's where professionalism comes in. That's where you are able to trust me. And it became an issue where he brought up things such as, oh yeah, but you girls always do this. You expect us to trust you, but you're too busy going naked around other men. And I was like, okay, you know what? I cannot deal if you can't support me at this stage, and I'm only beginning. What's gonna happen when?
So they can date somebody that likes to cover up then. You don't like it.
That's such me. A lot of people are very conservative when it comes to certain things. Yeah. So you have to let go of that relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you did the right thing.
Yeah, I would.
Because otherwise you're gonna start making yourself very small.
Toxic. Yeah.
And I mean, you lose out on your dreams.
I've been in a relationship like that where I couldn't wear certain things. I couldn't act a certain way. I couldn't have too much fun when I was at the party. I couldn't laugh too hard. It was hectic.
a lot.
And then like eventually I told myself like, nah, like I'm not a person that can that likes to be controlled. So I was like, no, I need to cut this shit. Now the person that I'm with now is more like, post that thirst trap, you know. Dude, he likes me to do things that's gonna make me feel more confident.
It also comes down to like the kind of conversations you carry in your relationship. Like how open are you with your partner?
Yes. And
Because if you don't talk about this thing, the person will only always react, but you guys never have the time to actually sit down and be like, hey, this is what I like to do. And before anyone comments and says anything there,
That conversation should take place on the first date. Do you think so?
hey, what do you guys talk about on the first date?
So that goes back to what I said in the beginning, where you should at least be friends for a while with this person, because you know what, it makes things conversation so much easier. When you're friends, you can talk to that person about whatever. You're not gonna think, oh, if I say this, it's not gonna mind me, or anything like that. Like, so it's being open from the start, from the get-go, like just being open, and then like if you start pursuing this person, like living the whole relationship based on like honesty, you know, this person knows who you are, and
I have a question.
so